Hey guys, this is ODESSA Z from Team Exploit and Excessive Force. Team Exploit loves Dead Space 2's multiplayer, but what we don't love is people who try to play the multiplayer and don't quite understand it. So this video is one in a new series of videos that we're going to be making to help explain Dead Space 2's multiplayer and strategies involved that can help you win or at least give Team Exploit a challenge in Dead Space 2. Now, after talking to a lot of Dead Space 2 multiplayer gamers, we've come up with 4 tips to start off that are really basic to help people kind of enter into the multiplayer. The tips are not designed for people who've played Dead Space 2 multiplayer extensively. The tips may seem easy and basic to some, but for people just entering into the multiplayer, here are 4 basic tips to get you guys started off with. Tip number 1 is team up. You may have to play a few games with your mic on and in game chat to find some cool people to play with, but teaming up is key to success. Unlike other multiplayer games, you can't go Jay Rambo in this game. You have to work as a team. You can't be a lone wolf and try to get some kind of great kill-death ratio. If you think you're going to do that, you need to think again. Whether you're playing as a security officer or as a necromorph, you need to use teamwork to complete the objectives. So tip number 1 is don't play alone. If you don't have fun playing Dead Space 2 multiplayer and get beat a lot, it's not fun. The simplest way to ensure success is to search for matches with friends and use teamwork. Just like in this clip right here. Got my boy Zealand Tallahassee and SciTech by my side. Teamwork is the key. So the second tip is that as a security officer, you need to complete objectives on each map that you play to win. We're going to use Titan Mines as an example here. Starting from your very first spawn point, you'll see a little blue waypoint on your screen that kind of looks like a circle with a pointy triangle. And it's basically pointing in the general direction of where you have to go. You can see it above my buddy's head here in this clip. But yeah, the waypoint right there in the center of the screen, that's what you want to follow. That's your waypoint. That's where you need to go to complete the objectives. Now we're showing a necromorph clip here, and this clip is basically to show what not to do. A lot of times people who are new to the multiplayer will think that it's team deathmatch, and they'll stay in spawn, and as necromorphs, that makes it real easy for the necromorphs to do their job of stopping you from getting to your objective, because the whole team is just standing in spawn. So as you can see, this necromorph here is having some fun with these guys in spawn and just basically getting kills. Don't do this. You guys need to move out as a team. A lot of times you'll find too that if you move out of spawn, your other teammates, even though you may not know those people, they'll move out of spawn with you. So we move out of spawn and head to the first objective. You can see here too in this clip that after we backed off of the engineer team or the security team, that they actually did all move out of spawn and they headed for the first objective. In Titan Mines, you basically have a series of boxes that hold each bomb component. And you can see it here, and the team just picked it up and started moving it towards the waypoint or towards the bomb assembly area. When you go for the objective or the first one or any objective, in Titan Mines, for example, you don't have to stand at the box and press and hold the A button. You need only press A to start processing, and you can freely move away from the box to start, to fight off the attacking necromorphs. Once the processing is done, the bomb case opens up and simply pick up the bomb component. A blue light indicator will show up on the shoulder of your security suit. This indicates that you're the one who is holding the bomb component. Take the bomb component to the original room in which you spawned to the middle of the map and press A next to the shock mine to install the first bomb component. It's in the middle of the map, and you just walk up to it and simply press A, and that will install it there. Repeat this process 2 more times, and you have completed putting the bomb together. As a security officer, you need to know how to use your special abilities. Here in this clip, you can see that I just healed my entire team. A health pack, when you walk up to your teammates and you have a health pack, and let's say that they're low on health, like this guy here is getting attacked. Okay, even though he's getting attacked, I can still press the B button and heal him while he's getting attacked. Plus, that heals myself, and it uses a health pack. One of the other major special abilities that you use in Dead Space 2 multiplayer is stasis. Now, like in this clip here, you can see how I stasis a lot of the enemies that were attacking my teammate. And instead of wildly, firing around and trying to shoot everything in my path and also doing damage to my team because friendly fire is on, the best thing to do is to use stasis and try to freeze the enemies around them and then pick them off strategically, or just to kind of help free your teammates up. But stasis is a huge thing to use in Dead Space 2 multiplayer. So another special ability that a lot of kids don't know to use right off the bat is kinesis. A lot of people will walk up to items to pick them up, but in this clip you can see clearly that I'm going to pick up this ammo with kinesis. You can pick up ammo, health packs, and kinesis, recharge packs from across the map if you use kinesis properly. There's been a lot of times during matches where you're trying to, get ammo and health, and there's a lot of it laying all over the place. I mean, in this clip you can see there's a health pack down the ramp there. These items are laying around, and people don't pick them up. Take a look, look around you, see, where items are at, and just simply use kinesis to pick them up, and that'll really help. Stasis, kinesis, and healing is all totally integral to success in Dead Space 2 multiplayer. And so now we're going to move on to tip number 3. A lot of people complain that necromorphs aren't powerful enough, or that it seems like as a necromorph that you just don't have as much success as an engineer. A lot of players just really don't know the cool things that necromorphs can do. As a necromorph, you need to stop the CSEC team from completing objectives. The best way to do this is to use their powerful attributes. By playing as a necromorph, you will gradually learn each of their attributes, but for now, we'll give you some really good tips on just using the Spitter class necromorph. First off is spawn points. I mean, you can obviously choose your own spawn points, and you can see how the vents turn green when you spawn. Necromorphs need a lot of cover and concealment. Some people like to be lurkers, and that way they can kind of conceal themselves or hide on ceilings and walls. That's a really cool feature. But for right now, like I say, we're going to go into the Spitter class necromorph. Like I said earlier, if a vent is green, it's available for spawn, and you can choose it by simply moving your camera around and highlighting it. A high position is usually best because, like I stated earlier, the necromorphs need cover and concealment. The Spitter class necromorph is pretty big, so you're probably not going to be able to hide. So try to get up in a high position, maybe a place that oversees high traffic areas and those areas that can be deadly to security officers if a spitter is shooting at them from an inclined position. A spitter is even more deadly when the spit attack is charged. And if you pay attention to the shots that are going on here, you can see the reticule in the middle of the screen. And there's kind of a halo, like a hazy halo that forms around the outside of the reticule. And you can see I'm coming out of spawn here in a second. I'm choosing my vent, the one that I want to choose. You can actually spawn through walls too. You can spawn through walls into the next room. You can see in this clip that the objective is highlighted, and what I need to do is I need to spawn over in the next room. And so what I did here was I accidentally spawned in the original room. The video cuts, I go back in the vent, which we're going to talk about in a second, and then now I'm looking through the wall, and I'm actually spawning where the second objective or the second bomb component's at. And in this room, we're trying to hold them off from getting the objective. But I was talking about charging the shot on your spitter attack. You can see that hazy halo that I talked about earlier. By simply holding down on the left trigger long enough, you'll see that reticule get bigger, and that means that that shot's going to do more damage to the engineers. Now, how does the necromorph heal up? Necromorphs heal up by going back into the vent. You can see the vent flashing with a Y, and it's yellow. It turns yellow and it flashes Y. You can go back into the vent. So if you take some damage, just simply turn around, look at the closest vent that you can get to, or try to get to a vent, and heal up by going back inside the vent. And I guess my last tip is don't give up. It can be pretty frustrating playing your first few matches, especially without a team and trying to learn what to do. But by talking to players and making friends that will work together and communicate, you should be on your way to winning and having fun. Don't be intimidated by players who have high levels. I'm a level 60, and players will constantly come into the lobby and leave because they're intimidated by a number. In some cases, a high level means that the player is really good, and in some cases, it means that they just simply play a lot. I recently defeated a guy that was number 6 on the leaderboards and thought that his high level represented a good skill level, but I was obviously wrong. He was not good and got beaten badly. So don't be intimidated by high level players. Some people post on the Dead Space 2 forums that the multiplayer is not good. It's only not good when you don't take the time to understand it and get basically oriented with the different things that you can use. So that concludes the tips from Team Exploit and gives you some really basic knowledge. Our next video, I think Subvert's going to make, and that's going to be on strategy. So thanks a lot, guys. ODESSA Z from Team Exploit signing out. Later.